People pursue soap making for a lot of different reasons. Maybe they're looking for a new hobby, they have a skin issue they're trying to combat, maybe they have goats and they want to use that milk in a responsible way. Or there's a desire for them to be more chemical free in their household, and this is just a way to do more of that. So there's a lot of different reasons that people get into soap making, but all of these can lead to an unexpected outcome that could force any one of them to stop making soap. And that is, they just have too much soap. They have to have an outlet for the soap, or they may actually be forced to stop making soap because they just literally don't have any more places to put soap. So grab your favorite beverage and let's chat about the question, what am I going to do with all these soaps? When people first get into soap making, sometimes they can make a really fun discovery using soap making as therapy. The process of making soap, of doing that chemistry that's just going to turn these oils and fats and lye into something that is totally different, it can be very rewarding, but also just peaceful and stress relieving. There's a creative outlet there that maybe people are looking for. It can end up being the reward for them at the end of a long day. But when you're using soap making as therapy, it can be very, very effective, but also addictive, and addictive in a good way. You're just so involved in creating this product, but also using your creativity to make a product that people are just going to love. It can be very rewarding, and that feeling can be a bit addictive. So the problem that comes from then is if you're routinely making soap, it's actually a good problem, but it can still be a problem. The soap starts to stack up, and then you have to figure out what to do with that problem.
So here's one of the ways that we store soap at Big Red Barn. This is a tallish shelving unit that has really narrow shelves. Not narrow, but like not very tall. We use this to keep all of our different scents of soap separate, but also organized in a way that we can find them again. Now, a way that you can simulate this if you don't have wood shelves like this is you can simulate this with a set of wire racking. If you know the wire shelves that have 4 legs and then the shelves kind of drop down onto clips on the legs, you can buy those and then buy extra shelves and just double up the shelves. The key is to get a lot of soap height out of whatever it is that you are storing your soaps in so that you can store a lot of soaps and it doesn't take up a big footprint on your floor. Hello, I guess he's going to be my camera buddy today. Hello, Hank. Another thing to think of is to think of those places in your home that are a little bit harder to use. This is at the top of a set of stairs for us. And you can see there's a piece of the roof that angles down like that. The ceiling kind of angles. So that spot at the top of the stairs is hard to use because it's so short. So we bought a shorter shelving unit there that we could adjust however we wanted so that we can store even more soaps in kind of a place that would be hard to use anyway in our home. Another thing to consider is walls in your home that would be hard to use for anything else. Where this wall is between 2 doorways here, it would be very hard to use it for anything else. So we built some shelving here that stores our soaps that are drying to be ready to sell. And this rack just fits nicely here because this wall is you can't really do anything else with it anyway.
One question we get in our soap making membership a lot is about storage. How do I store all of this soap? And you saw in the video just a minute ago some of the ways that we store soap here at Big Red Barn. But really, this is the prelude to the real problem. And the problem is having an outlet for the soap. You have to have an outlet for your soaps, or eventually you will be forced to stop making the soaps for the sheer reason that you're out of space. You don't have anywhere else to go with the soaps. And if this is a problem, probably you're going to start to feel crowded in your space. It might be that the people who share your home are starting to make comments about there being soap everywhere. And this is kind of a funny comment at the beginning, but if the problem continues, this will start to get to be a sore spot as soap starts to take over every closet, every shelf, every counter, everything. So you have to have an outlet because there's a lot more grace for the situation if soaps are moving. Some are leaving, some are being made, and there's kind of a cycle to that rather than just continuing to pile up. So what are some ideas for outlets for your soap? Now, family is a great place to start, especially if you have a large family. Maybe you have grandkids who are, either interested in soaps or maybe there's some skin issues that you're trying to help with there. That's a great outlet. And family in general is just a great starting place. Have them beta test your soaps and just see what they say. It's a great way to get some initial feedback on your product, whether it performs like they say, like they would like it to, if there's any tweaks you can do along that way. So that's a great place to start. If your soaping desire is kind of low, like you don't need to make soap a lot, or you have a super large family, this could be your outlet, and that could work pretty well. But what about friends? This can be a bigger outlet than you might think. It's easy to think, well, nobody's going to want my soaps. There are certainly, I'm just a beginner, and there are certainly soaps out there that are prettier or nicer looking than mine, so nobody's going to want my stuff. And that thought in your mind is absolutely wrong. Your friends are going to want to see what you are doing. They're intrigued purely because you're doing it. They're going to want to try your product just because you made it. This is how a huge percentage of our soap making members who are building businesses get started, by offering their products to their friends and coworkers. When your family is sold on your soaps and your friends are telling their friends about the amazing stuff that you are making, all of a sudden you realize that you need to know how to sell soaps almost as much as you need to learn how to make them. If the process of learning to make soap hasn't intimidated you out of even giving it a try, the thought of needing to build a business after the fact might be the final nail in that coffin. Most people have no idea where to start when it comes to the idea of building a business or selling anything in an actual, like, for real business kind of way. So they let their soap making peter out or dwindle down, as their shelves stack up. Or maybe if they've had the foresight to think this far down the path, they might never even get started because they don't have an answer to this question. What am I going to do with all that soap? And what am I going to do because I need an outlet? What am I going to do if I need to start selling it? How will I get started there? And that might stop them before they ever really get started. But some people look at the idea of having a soap business and this little fire jumps to life in them. They almost don't dare voice it because it's too scary to even say. But there's a tiny dream in the back of their minds that maybe, just maybe, this could be a lot of fun. I told my husband early in our business that I knew this was the path I was supposed to take because I was way more excited about soap and lotion than anyone really has a right to be. And that was me just realizing that there was this little fire in the back of me, this fire to say, you know what, I love making this stuff. I think I would also love selling it. And that's what motivated me to move forward and build our business and then go backwards and help other people take this path as well. So if this is you, if you have this little excited spark in the back of your mind where you're saying, you know what, this could be me. This could be really fun. Walk with me down this path a little way and let's dream for a minute about what this could be and how you can get help along the way. So number one, you need to learn to make soap. If you have never made soap or if this is brand new for you, you're just getting started with this idea, you need to learn to make soap. And we can help with that. We have a goat milk soap making class that we offer weekly at this point. And our preference is goat milk soap because we find that that is an excellent product. It tends to draw customers. It's easy to sell, but it tends to draw customers. Even like people will come and seek us out even above other soap vendors at a show because they want our product, they want what we've got, and the goat milk soap is just super easy to sell that way. So that's what we teach. We teach exclusively that in our class, and it's a great way to get started making soap if you have never made soap at all. So that's step number one. Step number two, you need support with the soap making. As you get better at soap making, you're going to want to try different things. And when you try different things, it brings up different questions. Or maybe something changes a little bit, and now all of a sudden this isn't working like it used to. Or you want to try new scents, new colors, new techniques, new whatevers. You just need a group of people around you where you can ask questions and you can be part of the conversation, and it just not only does it help you and provide kind of a safety net for you if something goes wrong, if you have questions, you have a place to go with that, but it also amplifies the fun because it is so much more fun to learn this with a group of people who are learning with you or maybe building a business right alongside you. It is so much nicer to do that in a group of people who are doing the same things because you can all talk, you can all support. There's just so much camaraderie when you do this in a community rather than trying to Lone Ranger it and doing it on your own. So I've mentioned before, we do have a soap making membership as well. This is a place to get all of that community piece. We provide ongoing inspiration, that there would be new projects and new things to try, and that you would have live training on those things. We also provide a way to try different scents and colors on a monthly basis and just keep you growing your inventory, growing your like what you're comfortable making, but also keep growing your inventory and what you have to offer as well. We also have a community piece where we want to make sure you are in contact with the other people in the group so that you can ask questions, get encouragement, just kind of bounce ideas around and just really enjoy the camaraderie of that as well. We also want to make sure that you never feel like you are walking this path alone. There's always someone there to ask questions. There's always someone there to go to if something isn't going right. So we want to make sure that this is never an alone thing, that you are doing this as a small little army of people who are all doing the same thing. And then fifth, we want to make sure that you have plenty of options of things, new things to try and things to do with your soap making. So there's all of these pieces available in our soap making membership, and it's just a great way to keep moving forward as you look to grow this skill and just continue moving forward in your soap making. Then when you have the soap making under control, because you got to have you have to be able to produce the product before we worry about the rest of it. Then we also offer a business course to our Sassy Soapers members, our soap making membership, once a year. In this class, we do in-depth learning about what you need to do to build a soap business and to get people looking at your stuff. Now, this is more than I'm going to need a website, although that is part of it, and you are going to need a website. But you can have the best website out there, and if you don't have anybody looking at it, it doesn't work. So there's more to it than just I need a website. There's a whole thing about handling the money in business, handling the legal side, handling getting people to your website and making sure they know how to make purchases from you. And then what do you do when that happens? How do you label? What if someone asks you about wholesale? There's all kinds of things that go together in this piece, and we cover all of these in this business course. So if you feel this little passion for soap making stirring in you, and you have that little thing in the back of your mind that makes you go, I think this could work. I think I want to do this. Know that this is totally possible, and we would be honored to walk alongside you and help you down this path and just help you get to that destination. All you need is a little guidance and some people to show you the way.
He's hiding today behind my shoulder.
Now, I heard that thought that went across your mind. I know what it was. The thought was, nah, this won't work. The market is flooded with soap makers. I mean, just look on Etsy. There's a bazillion people selling soaps there. There's not room for me in this market. And that thought is absolutely false. Yes, there are a bazillion people selling soaps on Etsy, which is one of the reasons why you shouldn't be there. The Etsy market is flooded, but your market is not. In fact, you might be the only person interested in making and selling soap in your market. You just need to find where that is. So hey everyone, this is Ellen, and she's been buying soap from us for a long time. So Ellen, why do you choose goat milk soap? Like what makes you want to use goat milk?
So
on
I
your
like,
skin?
yeah, I like using natural products, and so it feels good. That doesn't have the residue after, and it's really absorbent, so you don't feel like the oily from lotions and things. I really like that.
If you've made it this far through this video, I have an assignment for you. The people who are not dreaming about this, quit watching this video minutes ago. But for you who are still here and believe somewhere in the back of your mind that this could be for you, that you would enjoy this, I have an assignment for you. I want you to tell one person that you're thinking about making soap or that you are thinking about having a soap business. Explain what you're thinking and why. Give them the backstory and then ask them what they think. Be careful which person you choose to do this. Don't go to your Debbie Downer friend. Don't go to someone who's going to poo-poo the idea or who's jealous or whatever. Choose a person who will listen and then give you honest feedback. And then when you get through that conversation, see where it goes. See what happens. See where that conversation leads. And when you get through that conversation, come back to this video and comment what happened. Give me the Cliff's Notes version of the conversation and how that made you feel. What are you thinking now? Where is your mind at with this whole process? I would love to know that story. So put that in the comments below this video. And then let's talk about what's next. So I'm going to put a couple links in the comments as well. So when you come back and put your story here in the comments, you'll be able to find the link, first of all, to our goat milk soap making class so that you have a place to get started. You know that's step one. You'll be able to find that easily. And then also a link for our Sassy Soapers membership. You can click that link and just check it out a little bit on the sales page there. There's a video and there's some other words. So you can see kind of what that would be like as well. Both of those links will be in the comments below this video. Do the assignment and then come back and find those down there. You can totally do this. You just need a plan. And we would be honored to walk beside you as you develop your own soaps and get those out into the world. Now, go talk to your person. Do it tonight. Have the conversation and just see where it goes. And then come back here and let me know how it went. I think you might be surprised what happens a lot of the times when people talk to just that first person, get their feedback, see what happens, and put it in the comments below. I cannot wait to hear your stories. This is just the very beginning of your journey. There's a lot to learn. If you would like to see the rest of our soap making tips that we've done in this series, just click the link beside me here now to see the other videos we have and the other soap making tips that we've done in the series, just to kind of get you going and get you started down this soapy journey. I can't wait to walk this path with you. Enjoy.